Hi, my name is Katie Borntrigger, and this is my genogram of my family. I've titled it The Hazard Family because we start everything off up here with Roger Hazard, who is my father, and Rhonda Minner Hazard Tyndall, my mother. As we look at it, as you can tell, both my parents have remarried. This circle here represents my stepmother, Nancy, who married my father back in 1989. My father and mother were only married for a short time from 1970 to 1983. Roger was a school teacher. Rhonda was an administrative assistant. In '89, when he married Nancy, Nancy was also an administrative assistant. Both have since retired. And as you can tell by the circle and my key across the bottom, both have had cancer. Both are currently in remission. My mother, Rhonda, back in 1996, married my stepfather, Wayne. Wayne was a scientist. They actually divorced, only being married 5 years. As you can tell, Wayne's pretty healthy. He still is to this day. And my mother, she's had some problems. She actually has had skin cancer, which is in remission. She is an alcoholic and has been for quite some time, and just within the past 2 weeks has been diagnosed with liver disease. Growing up with my mother was a little challenging. As you can tell, the lines showing mental abuse go out to myself and my brothers. This is my older brother, Chris. Prior to him, my parents did have a miscarriage. Chris is married to Andrea. This is my circle here. My husband, Andrew. We had a family cat, which was Smokey. We also had my younger brother, Joel, who married a young lady named Jess, who was a social worker. And then we also had a family dog after that. So here we have the baby boomer generation, Gen X, and my brothers and I all have children as well. So this is Gen Z. As you can tell, my older brother Chris, myself, and my younger brother have all suffered from depression. My older brother Chris and I also are considered obese. I actually have this dots up here because I have a very rare condition called empty sella syndrome. That doesn't affect anyone else in the family. So my older brother Chris's family, Chris and his wife Andrea, who is also a scientist, married in 1995, and they currently live in Nebraska. Chris is a Lutheran pastor, and they have 4 children: Caleb, Levi, Maria, and Josiah. Caleb also has a rare genetic disease called Russell-Stover syndrome. Russell Silver syndrome. He is off currently at college studying music. Levi is in high school, Maria is in middle school, and Josiah is in elementary school. Josiah is on the spectrum for autism. Notice he is the only one in the family with autism, so we kind of find that a little odd. We're going to skip over my family and do them last. My younger brother, Joel, who is in management, married a social worker named Jess back in 2007. Their first baby, if you ask them, is their yellow lab Jackson, who just recently passed last year. They also suffered a miscarriage. And then they had 2 little girls, Ellie and Lainey. Lainey and Ellie. Lainey does suffer from depression. She is only 8 years old, but has been diagnosed with depression. And then Ellie, she is just a princess. So going back to my family, I'm the middle child. I am the redheaded stepchild and all of those stereotypes that are out there. I married my husband, Andrew, who was a retired Marine back in 1996. We currently reside in Delaware. I'm an administrative assistant for a health program or company. And I have 3 children and 2 pets. I have my oldest daughter, Jenna, who is starting college in about a month. We have my son Andy, who is in high school, my son Garrett, who is in middle school, and then we have 2 pets. We have Boom Boom Hot Potato, our cat, and we have Titan, who is a boxer. Out of my children, my oldest daughter, just like Joel's, has been diagnosed with depression. We've had a little bit of some turmoil in our household. My husband's never been officially diagnosed with PTSD. However, that's because he hasn't gone to do so. There are some anger management issues there. There has been some mental abuse on myself as well as the 3 children. Now that he is a retired Marine, he also has a second job that he works at now. As you can tell, there is one notation here, and that is for my son Garrett. Garrett's actually blind in one eye. It's not a genetic problem. It was due to a virus that he contracted at the age of 1, and it left him blind directly into the back of the left eye. He actually does have peripheral vision in the eye. We don't treat him differently, and he is, you never know by talking to him. Down here, as you can tell, is the key to the chart. Of course, squares are male, circles are female, and triangles are miscarriages. Diamonds are our pets. The gray, depression. The purple is cancer. Green is autism. The blue is alcohol. Striped blue is suspected alcohol. Brown is liver disease. Dots on the bottom left quadrant is Caleb's Russell-Silver syndrome, and dots on the upper left quadrant are my empty cella. We also have listed B1L, blind, one eye left, O for obesity, and the jagged lines with the arrow pointing the mental abuse in the family. This is the conclusion to my geogram. I hope you've enjoyed it.